you can control your level of worriness. Do you ever get lost in thoughts with what if questions? What if I get fired and I won't be able to pay the rent? What if I can't pay the rent on time and I will end up in the street? What if I also end up alone? What if? What if? Like two innocent little words and perfectly harmless on their own. But when you put them together, kaboom! It's like unleashing a nuclear reactor. And as a result, you get a catastrophic chain reaction of what ifs who can turn in a blink of an eye into an anxiety disorder. And you really don't want that to happen. What can you do to prevent this? Well, luckily there's a couple of things you can do. 3 to be more precise. First and foremost, it's crucial we define what worry really is. Otherwise, it's kind of impossible to deal with something we're not quite sure of, isn't it? So what's worry anyway? Or better said, what's not? Because you see, people often use the terms worry and anxiety interchangeably, when in fact they are very different psychological states. Though both are associated with general sense of concern, how we experience them it's quite distinct. Here are 5 main differences. We tend to experience worry in our heads and feel anxiety in our bodies. We worry about something specific, such as getting to the airport on time, but we feel anxious about traveling, which is vaguer, more general concern. Worry creates mild emotional distress, while anxiety creates severe emotional distress. We often express out loud our worries, while anxiety includes verbal thoughts and mental images. Last but not least, worry tends to be controllable, while anxiety not so much. Well, I have really good news. You can control your level of worriness. You can talk yourself out of it really fast once you understand where this worry comes from. Many times we find ourselves in gray situations when there is nothing obvious that we've done something wrong, but nothing that we've done something right either. Been there, done that, so many times that I cannot count. I know how it feels not to sleep at nights because you cannot stop worrying. Asking yourself, did I do right? Could I have done it better? What will be the result of this? But hey, let's be honest. We all got to worry some. Heck, some thoughts are such familiar that they are often in our system without us being aware of them. But what if we become aware of those thoughts? What will it happen then? Take a moment to think. Or even better, take a pen and a piece of paper and just write down your thoughts that you were not aware of by now. I hope you did this little experiment with me. So let me ask you a question. What did you find out? And how are your feelings right now? Perhaps a bit less burdened, less preoccupied, less guilty, less anxious. Great! But wait, this is not over yet. It's time to go a bit deeper. Take the burden of past behaviors you just realized you're carrying and gently lift it off. Whatever might worry you right now, simply remind yourself that you did what it felt right to you and that it's over. It is all in the past and you cannot undo things. One more thing. When and if the consequences will appear, you will face them as genuinely and sincerely as you can. Just like the elder monk in the Zen story I'm about to tell you. 2 monks were returning to the monastery in the evening. It had rained and there were puddles of water on the roadside. At one place, a beautiful young woman was standing unable to walk across because of a puddle of water. The elder of the 2 monks went up to her, lifted her, and left her on the other side of the road and continued his way to the monastery. In the evening, the younger monk came to the elder monk and said, "Sir, as monks we cannot touch a woman." The elder monk answered, "Yes, brother." Then the younger monk asked again, "But then, sir, how is that you lifted that woman on the roadside?" The elder monk smiled at him and told him, "I left her on the other side of the road, but you're still carrying her." So what do you think of it? It makes you thinking, isn't it? Now that you understood what worry means for you personally, you're one step closer of learning how to master your worries rather than let your worries master you.